The goal: spreading knowledge throughout the globe effectively. We start out with the printing press, which has been around for 1,000 years and has proven its worth and value in spreading knowledge. And then we come to the internet, the newcomer. It's been around for about 20 years. Is that as effective at spreading global knowledge? I believe it is. I believe the internet is as effective as the printing press in spreading global knowledge. I actually have two reasons for saying this. The first reason is the ubiquity of the internet. It's everywhere. The second reason is the internet is extensible. It is flexible and is able to do things beyond what we can do with just the normal printed word. First off, I'd like to talk about what I mean by the ubiquity of the internet. It is ubiquitous in the sense that it is immediately available everywhere and at any time, simultaneously. Immediately available everywhere at any time. If I were a research scientist in a very remote location, and I suddenly heard that there was some research happening that I thought was perhaps applicable to my area of expertise, I would want to get that information as quickly as I possibly could. With the printing press, not only is there a delay in the delivery of it, but there's a delay in making it, of making the material available, of going through the process of laying out the plates so that they may be printed, of going through and making sure there's no errors, and then of printing it, and then of distributing it. The overall process there could easily be months. The internet can be much, much faster. You can put your information available onto the internet actually even before it's finalized and publicized and published, and you can update that as needed. But it can be available almost instantly. There's a whole lot less effort involved than going through the publishing process. You can make it available instantly, and it's immediately available to that person wherever they may be in the world. Immediately available anywhere they are in the world. And that same information is available to many people at the same time. The internet is also available immediately. And there's a little bit of a twist to that word immediately. And in the sense I mean it here is there's a way to make sure that the information and knowledge that's out there is the most recent. An example would be, let's say I am the publisher of an aircraft maintenance manual. I publish this aircraft maintenance manual. It gets distributed to all of the owners and maintenance people for this aircraft. And then we find out that there is a major mistake, and that this mistake can lead to serious safety issues. What can we do about that? In order to solve that, each one of those purchasers of that manual need to be contacted directly and notified that there is a problem with that manual. With the internet, let's say the manual is available online. As soon as that error is found, it may be corrected, and that corrected information is available to absolutely everybody at the same time, and they can act on it immediately, and the safety issue can go away much, much quicker. This shows that the internet is very effective because of its ubiquity of spreading global knowledge. The other part of that is the internet is extensible. It can do things that we haven't thought of, and it's very, very flexible in what it can do. What I think is a very clear example of that is search. Search is something that we consider almost mundane nowadays, but originally that's the killer app. That's the killer app of the internet. You can search not just a single document, not just a single book, not just a single page. You can search the entire internet for a key word or a phrase or a combination of phrases, and if you're a search pro, you can get pretty detailed in that. And it can include academic journals, it can include web pages, opinion, it can include forums, chats, so it can search an awful lot. This is a huge, huge advantage to the internet. The internet is also extensible in the sense that it can extend to media that is other than just the printed word. So a great example of that is Coursera. The class that we're taking is an absolutely excellent example. We're using the internet not only for printed words, we're using it also for video, both viewing and submitting. You can use forums, chat mechanisms, you can take quizzes that can get graded, and the internet is extremely extensible. And I think Coursera and the way that whole works out is a very, very clear example of that. The internet is extensible, which makes it more effective at useful and accessible knowledge than the printing press. So you put the two together. The internet is accessible and the internet is ubiquitous. And I believe that that shows quite clearly that the internet is more effective than the printing press at spreading global knowledge. And I definitely look forward, because there's a whole lot yet that we haven't. This is a new technology. It's only been around about 20 years or so. So I'm looking forward, as I'm sure that you probably are, to a future in which our knowledge is shared not just among the few, but is available to everyone. And I expect that we'll be building upon that, and we'll stand on the shoulders of many giants.